How did your journey in the media start?
My veins have blood of journalist. So I always wanted to be in media. When my first job was in Times Television, making two programs. One was Femina Miss India, and the second was Filmfare Award, which they used to telecast on DD Metro.
Has this digital media shortened the attention span of the people, or is it just the engagement pattern?
People don't have the patience to watch the long format. They don't watch documentaries which are long formats. They are more easy. The popularity of Instagram is the live example how the short form took over.
Yeah. Do you think that school is taking any such initiative for the mental health of the teachers or the educators?
Because I'm dealing in that space, so I know the reality, and my harsh answer to you is no, they aren't. But yes, there is a awareness. There is a buzz which is going on.
Yeah. So you talk about communication. So in your experience, how important is communication in leadership?
Very important. I guess it's one of the very, very important part of your leadership skills. Because if you're not good in communication, or you're not able to communicate what is required, and you're going to stick to the usual pressure techniques, you're going to fail miserably.
Media has evolved, technology has evolved. Artificial intelligence is evolving every single day. But the real question is, are we evolving with it? From traditional broadcasting to digital disruption, from structured classroom to AI powered learning ecosystems, the world of media and learning has transformed dramatically. Today, we explore this journey, the changes in media then and now, the rise of learning and development as a critical field, the power of communication, and how AI is shaping the future of work. Welcome to Podcast Vibe with Neha. I'm Neha Sharma, an educator, learning and development enthusiast, and a strong believer that meaningful growth requires both technology and humanity. And today, I'm honored to host someone whose journey bridges media, leadership, and the AI driven future. It's my privilege to welcome Mr. Amitabh Srivastava, an entrepreneur, strategic advisor, and a media consultant. Sir, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Neha, for the beautiful introduction. And it's a pleasure to be here in the city of Lucknow to be a guest in your podcast show.
I am truly grateful, sir, that you have taken out some time from your pilgrimage spree. I know you have been traveling since long, and I'm truly grateful, sir.
No, it's a pleasure. And I was looking forward to be with you and attend this podcast and share some insights about my life in general. And if it can help anyone watching us, definitely the purpose will be solved.
I'm
So
sure.
that's the purpose of
I'm
me
very
being
sure.
here.
I'm very sure it will help many.
Yes, let's hope so.
Sir, take us back to your beginning. How did your journey in the media start, and what were those days like?
So I had a very humble beginning in Delhi. I'm born and brought up in Delhi, and my father was a journalist. He was part of the media. So I say that my veins have blood of journalist. So I always wanted to be in media, but it so happened that after my school education, when I joined my first job, incidentally, I haven't been to college. I joined my first job soon after my school, and that was in hospitality domain, whereas my mind was into media. But I worked nearly 6 years in hospitality before I shifted to media. But I think it was kind of a MBA for me, of a sort, to make myself more ready to actually be in media. So my journey started way back in 1989. I'm sure many of the people who are watching us may not have been born then. It's been almost 36 years that I started my first job in Taj Group of Hotels soon after my school. I stayed in hospitality for almost 6 years, as I said, and then I shifted to, and my first job was in Times Television. Times Television was making two programs. One was Femina Miss India, and the second was Filmfare Awards, which they used to telecast on DD Metro. Those days, Doordarshan was the terrestrial broadcast in India, and there were only 3 or 4 channels available. Satellite boom hasn't taken place at that point of time in '89. Obviously, I'm talking 95 because 6 years have passed in the hospitality. So 95 was the time when I got into the media as an executive. And my second job was soon after Times 1 year stint was in MTV. Working for MTV was kind of a great experience for me because it was a cult. We used to have MTV Generation. Sadly, the channel is not there anymore. They have stopped MTV with the
Yeah.
advancement of the technology, which we'll
After
talk.
MTV, I think Channel V
Channel
came.
V was there as well, but MTV was the first one.
Yes.
There was a coin term called MTV Generation, not the Channel V generation. Channel V was more into Indo music, and
Yeah.
MTV was more Western music,
International music.
international music. MTV actually gone Hindi 2 years after its existence. So for 2 years we were on English music. I worked for almost 3 years in MTV before I shifted to BBC, which was again a different contrast from MTV. And BBC, I was the regional manager for North and East India, but in few months I became the national manager for India and South Asia. So that was a big responsibility, and I got to learn so many things while I was in BBC. And then 3 years again there. And after that, I joined one Indian company called TV Today, which used to do half an hour slot on DD Metro called Aaj Tak. Aaj Tak used to be on DD Metro those days for half an hour before it became the channel. And I joined around same time. We converted into a channel of 24 hours, and it became hit very first month itself. I remember, and obviously in the first, I was responsible for distribution and marketing at that point of time. I'll talk a little later when we go into more detailing. I'm just giving you kind of a stoppage of my professional journey so that we can weave the story there on. And then for 6 years I was there nearly, and then I joined the world's biggest media company called Walt Disney as a director for South Asia. There I worked for 2 years, and 2006 I left all my corporate job and I started on my own with my own company called iMedia International. And since then I'm working with iMedia International.
So, sir, was Aaj the first news channel which was
Well, when we launched, there were three or four news channels,
okay?
which is more than 100 as far as Hindi news is concerned.
Yes.
But we were the fourth one, I remember. Z News was there, Star News was there, which was produced by NDTV those days.
Okay.
And we were there.
So, what were the initial challenges which you had to face, which probably, if you would have been in this generation, it would have been a bit convenient for you?
See, television was evolving. It's a game of evolving, okay? Let me take you back. You will talk about AI also, I'm sure, in your interview,
Yes.
as you've already given the hint in the beginning. But let me take you back when internet was coming in 2006, 7, predominantly when the broadband was
Yes.
expanding. I mean, before that it was 256 used KB used to be the broadband. Now we are talking
Yeah.
in TBs. So when the internet came in, it was very new. People had doubt that it will do this and it will disturb the market and all that. Now internet is part of our life. Without internet, you feel that your hands are cut. Suppose your internet goes off, or you're going
Absolutely.
somewhere and the internet is not working, you feel so cut off from the world. See how important part of life it has become.
Yes.
It's almost like your body part. Similarly, is AI. We are talking a lot of things that will happen. It will eat up job. It will do this. It will do that. It will kill human. There is a big AI summit happening in Delhi, which is getting concluded today only. In fact, incidentally, it's the biggest AI event of the world, where all the world leaders and the companies who's are there. I've attended on the very first day itself before I started for my journey. It's a jamboree that one can ever expect. And they're talking the AI evolution and what all it has in store. So I'm sure in couple of years it will be part of our life, like how internet was.
So, that is the difference between media then and media now.
See, media. If we talk, let's break media into a couple of parts. First is print media.
Ji.
So print media predominantly started with the newspapers,
Absolutely.
then magazines, then periodicals. Then it is radio, which is the audio mode of the
Communication.
media in communication. That's also part of the media. Um, Audio evolved. Now you have audio books, which
Yes.
was not the kind of a thing we have heard when we started the work. We have audio podcast. Podcast actually started with audio.
Audio,
Video
Spotify.
came
Yeah.
much later on.
Absolutely.
We have a lot of music-based shows across. In fact, in India, FM is predominantly run on music because there is no talk radio. Very interestingly, I worked in radio domain also for a couple of years, almost 7, 8 years.
Oh,
And radio is talk radio internationally, whereas the talk radio is missing in India. It's more, Hindi music song.
music song. Yeah.
The reason is that the government has embargo on news and current affairs on radio, and that is the reason nobody ventured into the talk radio. Otherwise, internationally, it's more talk radio, and music is hardly 10 to 15%.
But initially, radio was like a talk radio only.
Well, All India Radio was the terrestrial broadcast, which is still existing, and radio reaches 99.9% of the population. It's a mass medium. Anybody can afford the radio.
Ji.
All you need a transistor. Of course, radio, transistor, and radio also evolved. Now people have radio on the phone
Yes.
or on their handheld device or on their, AirPods and headphones and all that thing. So that was the second part. The third is visual, which is videos and television channels. Now, television channel also evolved. Initially, it was couple of channels, like we talked about the news. It was hardly, less than 10 channels. Now you have hundreds of channels. In the languages also, you have more than 20 channels in news in particular languages,
Yes.
which wasn't the case earlier. And news used to be the most expensive proposition to produce as compared to GEC channel. GEC is General Entertainment Channel, which is like your serial and your entertainment channel bit. So visual medium also evolved, and with the connectivity of broadband in India, the YouTube took over. Now people watch more YouTube. There is a lot of YouTubers, as we call them, have germinated, and they are earning good money because YouTube work on the algorithm of the people watch, and then you get paid.
Yes.
Podcasting is also one thing which is not very old phenomena, which started some 5, 6 years back. Not that podcast was not happening; it was interviews which was there in any international television channel earlier. But the podcast started predominantly in India almost 5, 7 years back.
Yeah.
Now imagine French president giving interview to the broadcaster, the most
Yes.
popular podcaster.
Yes.
He hasn't given it to any television channel.
Absolutely.
So see the power
Many
of
of
YouTube.
many of them are giving to podcasters. I
Yes.
Mean, of course, one
Yes.
of the podcasters was very
I
famous.
mean, Macron interview to the Indian broadcaster, most popular one, was kind of an eye opener, and there are many reports that is this end of television.
Yeah.
So see the evolving nature of the visual medium.
Yeah.
So these are the few facet parts of the medium, and obviously there are multiple parts. As technology will progress, there'll be other things as well.
So it has really evolved.
Oh, no doubt about it. Television, if you recall, used to be TV, a big TV with the channels. We used to be the remote control where our parents used to say that change the channel. Then remote came in. Then digital box came in with the cable, where the channel number have grown from 12 to
Yes.
20, 30, 40, 100.
Yes.
And as we speak now, we have over 1,000 channel in the sky. Like if we have the proper equipment, we can actually catch more than 1,000 channel right now sitting here. So television also evolved, and television evolved much more post COVID with the OTT.
OTT coming in. Yes.
So OTT changed the whole thing. I mean, I always give this example of appointment viewing. Like 9 o'clock, if there was a serial coming in, People used to wait for 9 o'clock, which was appointment viewing. Now what happened? There is a new term called binge watching.
Yeah.
The moment a series gets released 12 o'clock on Netflix or on Prime or wherever, people watch the entire series on the same night. They keep themselves awake all night, and they give the reviews next day. So
Correct.
this is the television.
Gee.
Or another example, if you recall, television used to be idiot box. Have you
Yeah.
heard the term?
Yes.
Now you have
I
smart
have.
TVs.
Yeah, now we have smart TV.
So see, the television itself became from idiot to smart now. So it is evolving.
Yes, definitely, sir. So, what do you think? Has this digital media shortened the attention span of the people, or is it just the engagement pattern which has
See, I
changed?
think it is more of an engagement pattern and also the appetite of the people. What is happening right now that earlier the long format was the kind of thing which was in.
Yeah.
Now it's more short forms.
Yes.
People don't have the patience to watch the long format. They don't watch documentaries which are long formats. They are more easy. The popularity of Instagram is the live example how the short form took over,
Yes, 15 seconds,
how
30 seconds.
how the reels came into the picture. We all do the doom scrolling, I'm sure. We know what is the importance of the Instagram reels.
Yeah.
So the short form is the mantra right now. Obviously, like this particular interview, when you record, it will be recorded for more than an hour. You'll cut it to about 60 odd minutes or 50 odd minutes.
Yes.
You'll also have a lot of reels to make it popular or tell people to get engaged, because you will take out the best of this interview and
Yes.
highlight as to what is there. So it's kind of a tester. It's kind of a litmus test for the person to whether to watch the entire thing or to skip it. So it all depends as to what is the masala you're going to extract out of me and what is the masala I'm going to give it to you.
So actually, most importantly, the reels. When I think of a reel or a short or like a long content to be converted into a reel or a short, I feel that this thing should not be missed by the audience.
Yes.
You know, this information and this value which my guest is giving, it is very important for them to listen. So I extract that data and I provide them because they, again यही है सर कि उनके अंदर इतना पेशेंस है कि नहीं कि वो मेरा पूरा पॉडकास्ट देखेंगे कि नहीं देखेंगे.
ये आपकी विडंबना नहीं है, सबकी विडंबना है.
But still we make this content so that something comes out of it and some value reaches.
Yes, indeed. That's the whole idea.
Sir, coming to learning and development, you have been associated with it also. So it is becoming like the central of the corporate growth. So why do you think that it is emerging as an imperative field?
Okay, so let me give you the background of me coming into L&D space, first of all. As I said, I'm part of the media since 35 years, 30
Yes,
odd
and
years.
transition from media to learning and development.
Uh, I think it is part of the evolution or evolving nature of the industry as well as my own evolving into getting into the grooves right now. What I feel is that after having 30 years of experience, if I can impart the knowledge, impart the learnings that I've attained all these years, it would be good for the people not to repeat those mistakes and go more better than what I could have done. That was the whole idea. And obviously I didn't had much knowledge, so one of my friend, very close friend, told me that why can't we start a L&D company, which is also kind of a need. You asked a very imperative question that why there is a need of the L&D space right now.
Yes.
You know why? The answer is very simple, and most of the companies are doing right now. They never used to have budget for learning and development ever, but of lately they also realize that the kind of pressure people are working on the deadlines, on the results, on the revenue, they are becoming more mechanical. They need to infuse the human values. They need to have those kind of a soft skills, and they are missing those soft skills, which are very very important. To give example of the soft skills could be pressure on the deadlines, peer pressure, office politics, which is also one of the very important part which most of the people are facing right now. Gender inequality is also on a.
Still, it exists.
It is. It is. It is. Posh. which is also important. I mean, earlier there used to be so many things which were happening behind the curtain, which were never got highlighted because people never knew where to go. Now there is a law on Posh. If there is anything bad happening with any female staff, she has all the things that she can report to anyone, and there'll be legal action. There'll be action from the internal committee first, and
Yes.
there are external members also. So we felt that all these things, plus another example is HR practices. Now HR is very used to be, kind of a very neglected role earlier,
Yes.
which is more evolved right now. There are HR role is not only um, uh, static to employment and resignations. They are part of the you know thing while you're working as well. There are a lot of policies, there are a lot of compliances that the company has to do, or the employee has to do. So HR work as a watchdog to implement those. But sadly, we feel that right now, since everything is evolving, HR practices needs to be percolated down to the people as well, or to the companies who are working. And that was a kind of a gap that we felt. So my company, Voyage Ahead Solutions, with my partner, identified those gaps, and we upskilled ourselves. We got certain certifications to work on that domain because, as you understand, being a L&D part yourself, it is very important to have those kind of a training first before you start implementing or have that kind of experience.
Yes.
And in my company, we both had a kind of a good knowledge about each and everything. From the commercial point of view, I was very good, and from the creative side, my partner was good. So we decided to launch, and we are working quite well on the side. Obviously, there is long way to go, but we are also evolving with the time.
And how to cope, sir, with the changing world, like how these L&D leaders are coping with the changing world. I mean, and how
See,
it segregates, like HR and learning and development department, like
so there are two questions. So first, how they're evolving, how they're changing.
yes, how
Uh,
they're
they're ch-
coping with this
they're
change.
coping because it has become a norm right now. People are getting aware of it. So
Yes.
say there are 10 friends working in 10 different companies. When they talk about the HR practices among themselves, they share, अरे हमारी कंपनी में तो ऐसा हो रहा है, हमारी तो ये पॉलिसी आई, हमारे वो पॉलिसी आई. That is one way to it. Then there are lot of HR forums which are happening across India. HR forums is something which is very new, never
Never
ever
heard
heard.
of them. Yeah.
Now there are day long, couple of days long seminars, symposiums happening where a lot of HR leaders are
Yes. Even the
taking part.
communities are
The
building.
communities are getting built up. The
Yeah.
companies associations are getting formed where they're updating themselves as to what's happening. And also, most importantly, they realize the power of the training apart from the usual day-to-day job. So that's their job to implement those policies and get it activated. And that is exactly what we felt to fill the gap, and that is why happening. What was the other thing that you asked, apart from the
How to
challenges?
differentiate between these two departments, the
I, I
HR.
think I think both have their own virtues, but from a layman point of view, L&D comes under HR only. I mean, if I have to do L&D training, I will approach HR
HR. Yeah.
head only.
Yeah.
Though there are L&D heads
Okay.
as well in big companies, all the big companies have huge budget allocated to work on L&D space also. There are HR budgets also, which was never part of it earlier.
Yes.
There are budgets which is given to the HR to implement employee benefit programs out of that budget as well. There are a lot of engagements happening from the HR side, whether it's a small company or a big company. We get a lot of requests from the smaller companies as well to help them on compliances. Compliance is something which was never happening in HR ever,
Yeah.
but everybody understand the need of the compliances right now, and that is where we fill the gap.
And so, like when we talk about the mental health, it is usually for the mental health of the professionals, and
Yes,
these
yes,
skills really help them
yes,
to come out of
yes.
a state of mind which is very vulnerable maybe.
Yes.
So, like in big corporates, everybody is taking care of their employees. And do you think the small companies or educational institutes, if I talk about, the schools, if I talk about, if educators, if I talk about, do you think that school is taking any such initiative for the mental health of the teachers or the educators or the, um, the people who are working with them?
Frankly, because I'm dealing in that space, so I know the reality, and my harsh answer to you is no, they aren't. But yes, there is a awareness, there is a buzz which is going on,
Yes.
and I think every education institute is now thinking to have kind of a
Resource person.
earmarked budget to implement those causes. uh, they feel it's required. Many school never used to have the psychological teacher or consultant or expert. Now
Counselors,
counselors, they're part of the teachers, and there are a lot of
faculty,
PTA
yeah.
faculty, and there are a lot of PTA meeting where the counselor have one-on-one session with the parents as well,
Yes.
where she or he is actually highlighting the shortcomings of those students, because unless until you treat those shortcomings right now, it becomes part of their upbringing, and
Yes.
they carry on those shortcomings all their life. So the best answer is to treat those shortcomings right now before it goes further, and not only grows to that particular individual, it spread very fast. So the whole idea is to stop it there and then, so that they can be good human being, or they could be good professionals. Yes, there are a lot of colleges which have also started. In fact, if you look at the new NEP, new education policy, it has a lot of element of these things which you're talking about. I'm being educator, you know much more than what I know.
Yeah.
But yes, NEP is also talking of those shortcoming and how to overcome with that. There
Yes.
is a separate courses curriculum which is being drawn to address those issues. So yes, the things are happening, and there is a start. There was no start earlier.
Yeah.
So if there is a start, there'll be implementation, there'll be good end to it as well.
Hopefully soon.
Hopefully. And the colleges, yes, I've been part of many college programs. I personally conduct a lot of training with my partners. I have seen how important they are. And it is not to give the training to those institutes or the colleges. They actually give us the kind of curriculum which is part of, like, I'll talk one example of soft skill to engineering students. Now imagine engineer is actually learning AI. Okay, he's doing graduation or post graduation. What's the need of the soft skill here? But there is. And not only the need of the soft skill, they actually have a test which is taken by us, and we allot them CGPA, and those CGPA number gets added to their report card as well. So it has become that important.
Yes.
And I'm talking few big universities that we are working right now. So yes, there is a big change happening, and I think it will spread very soon. So it will become part of your regime.
So basically, soft skill is a new life skill.
Indeed, indeed. No second thought about it. Day to day life also, we all are getting aware of it by maybe watching television, or by watching YouTube or watching reels, that how new things are also happening.
Yes.
What is happening right now, the television or the visual consumption was only happening on the television earlier. Now it is happening on your handheld devices as we speak right now. People watch more of a visual content on their mobile phone or on their tablet or on their PC, which wasn't the case earlier. It used to be television. So when the medium is smaller, the format has to be smaller as well. Because on TV you could have afford to sit for an hour, but on mobile you can't sit 1 hour and watch that content. So the short format happens, and that is exactly what is the main reason how it is popular.
So, as you were telling me that you are having your own L&D company, so do you think that teachers, the educators, can be a great resource person for the learning and development?
Yeah, indeed. Actually, they are the inroads to reach out to the real audience, what we are talking about. Because teacher is the one conduit which can reach to the student whom we need to train. What is happening right now, there is a great amount of excitement within the teachers community as well lately,
Yes.
which I've seen. And being a teacher, I'm sure you can
Truly
authenticate
relate to
more.
it. Yes.
Uh, I'll tell you reason. Because teachers were only basing their education on the curriculum which was given by the board or by their textbooks. Right now, it's going beyond textbooks. It's going much more vibrant to make it exciting. Because if you only stick to the textbook, you're not going to get the real talent out. So it is for you, for the teachers community, to upskill yourself, learn certain new nuances which are there, learn to upskill yourself so that you can train the students further. And the more you learn, the more you're going to earn as well. If you're going to stick to your usual day to day life, I guess it's going to be mundane after some time. So it's a suggestion to the teachers community to actually upskill themselves so that they can have more challenging role in years to come.
Upskill in what way? Like, and from where?
Okay, so upskilling can be three parts. One, obviously, by doing certain courses, certain certification, which will help your CV and your own self. The second is to do these learnings by online platforms, which are there. I mean, if you scroll, your algorithm will
Daily.
keep showing you something or other of those kinds automatically. And I personally feel upskilling doesn't actually restrict itself to the learning and the certification. Upskilling could be talking to the learned people in the communities, also interacting with them. Communication is the key. Wherever the communication is happening, upskilling will automatically happen. It follows. So I think communication, not restricting to what you're doing, but going beyond that, which is connected to your field, is more suitable answer.
So you talk about communication. So in your experience, how important is communication in leadership?
Very important. I guess it's one of the very, very important part of your leadership skills. Because if you're not good in communication or you're not able to communicate what is required, and you're going to stick to the usual pressure techniques, you're going to fail miserably. Miserably. So it's very important to have the communication set with your team and with your own management, because when you're in the leadership role, you actually have your team below and you have your management on top of you. So you
Yes.
got to take care of both the elements. And the person who understand goes very far. The person who doesn't go beyond a certain limit. So communication is something which helps you all your life. And the communication is not to those two constituency, but also the outside world as well.
Yeah.
It could be to your peer group, it could be to your business associates, it could be to the friends, it could be to family. Communication in family is also missing, sadly. So communication is that important. It actually starts with the home.
So impactful communication and like there is a difference, right? Impactful communication and ordinary communication. Like if I'm just talking with you and nothing is going inside me, it is not transforming my life. So it is of no use. It is just the sharing of information, right?
Yep.
So impactful communication is really important. That is what you're saying.
Yes, and also it should resonate with what I'm talking. If you're not able to resonate with me, it's going to bounce off your head anyways.
Yeah.
I think resonating
We
that
should be at the same page when we are
on the same
discussing something.
wavelength.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not able to convert my level to your level, I don't have to go high level. I have to actually come down to your level to make you
Yeah.
part of it
Yes.
and then take you high. But if I'm not able to do that communication, then I'm not doing the justice.
Yes.
Because if I talk high level, you're going to fail again because you're not going to comprehend what I'm saying.
Yes.
So it's very important for me as a trainer or as a leader to come down to your level, to understand your challenges, to understand your difficulties and your acceptance, tell you what is required, and then hold your hand and take you up. That's the whole
This
idea.
is about one-to-one, one-on-one communication.
It could be one to several as well. It could be
Yeah.
to the team, it could be to the leadership, could be to anyone.
Like when you enter in a room and there is a, like for a corporate training, if you're going and you enter in a room and there are like 500 people sitting there. So how do you connect instantly with them and that they are able to, tell you the problem which they're facing? Like 500.
See, when there are 500 people, obviously, fraction of will be, communicating. All 500 can't
Yeah.
communicate with one trainer. So initially, the pitch that you have has to be very strong, that it should resonate with the audience, because we do a lot of 500 plus training as well. uh, and the second thing is to identify the people who are actually interested, because in the 500 community, or set of 500 people, only 100 are actually listening to you, 400 are busy in something else, or their mind is
The mind is
somewhere
somewhere.
else. So focus on those 100, and you have to be very smart in order to identify from the group as to which all 100 are actually focusing, and then try to have your communication built in such a manner that you should resonate with most of the audience, and then take them along and be interactive. So I think where you have the 500 people or 200 or 100, more than 100, the basic idea is to be interactive, because that's where you break the ice. So person who is not even listening to you, when he knows that it's getting interactive and the mic may come to me, he indirectly is aware that he needs to hear what is going on. So
Yes.
that's a trick that you got to follow.
Yeah.
And I think there is no set rule. You actually decide your rule on the stage when you're on the dais.
What is the vibe of the room?
What is the vibe of the room?
So, from learning and development, you just mentioned that you have been on that AI summit also on the very first day. So, talking about AI, how do you think AI is changing the world?
AI is a buzzword these days, and we are talking more and more of AI nowadays. And I gave you one example a few minutes back about the internet
Yes.
evolution.
Yes.
So when internet came in, you remember how new it was, and we
Yes.
were talking, ye ho jayega, wo ho jayega,
Bilkul.
and it has become your life. That if
Yes.
internet is not there, you're actually half dead. It's a fact.
यस सर एक बात है जैसे हमेशा लोगों को ये डर है कि एआई आएगा तो इट विल रिप्लेस ह्यूमंस एंड मैनी थिंग्स उनका जॉब सर आई रिमेंबर जब कंप्यूटर आया था तब भी यही बस था कि वो इंसान को रिप्लेस कर लेगा एक्चुअली इनको चलाने वाले तो इंसान ही रहेंगे हमेशा
देखिए, आप जो गोल्डन रूल है वो याद रखिए कि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस is artificial.
Yeah.
Human intelligence is above artificial intelligence. It's only human which
How?
has made. How? Why people fear their jobs will go? Because they feel that they will lose their importance, the kind of work they're doing. Why can't they feel that they can upgrade themselves, they can upskill themselves, they can get trained into what is going on in their particular domain, because each domain works in a different ideology and different way of working. If they can upgrade themselves, I bet I can give you with my blood writing, nobody can touch you. But the issue is that at certain level, people think that they know all. They don't need to learn anymore. They're here to teach people.
or maybe they cannot learn anymore probably they
It's
have
their mental block. They need to open that block first before they decide the verdict for themselves
For themselves.
that they're going to lose their job. So it's their mindset which needs to change. Why can't they think that it's going to give them several new opportunities? There'll be several new opportunities. There'll be several new games, startups, things that you can't even imagine while you're sitting here right now giving the. I'm sure 10 years down the line, if the interview is still on the internet, people will think, अरे ये ऐसी बातें करते थे.
yeah if you will not upgrade yourself probably industries will upgrade themselves
They'll
without
obsolete you.
without you
They will obsolete you and throw you out of the way anyways. So the whole idea, whether it's जवान, बच्चा, बूढ़ा, जो भी है, they have to upgrade themselves.
they have to be with the time
You have to evolve with the time. That's the basic, if you don't evolve. I mean, I give you several example of my friend circle from the television or from the radio, from the media, who haven't upgraded themselves, who thought that they've done enough in their life. They don't need to learn something new, are actually jobless.
and you are a wonderful example sir of evolving you have been evolving yourself like from the media of those times from the media now and AI you're talking about AI and you have seen 1989 you're talking about that you did your first job
Yeah.
and now it's 2026 so definitely you must have evolved as a person that you're still going to the AI summit and you have been invited there as a guest and there's so much to learn from you you are an inspiration if you can do it probably everybody should
And
that mental
imagine,
block.
yeah, imagine I haven't gone to college in my life. If I can do, and I can not
Sorry,
only
could you please repeat it, sir? Could you please repeat that, sir? I didn't get that.
when I was giving you my introduction, I said I started my first job soon after my school. So I haven't gone to college. I haven't attended the regular college ever in my life. I haven't seen college life in my life.
And
I
you were in which school, sir?
I was in Kendriya Vidyalaya Central School.
So from where this communication and all these things have, like, really, sir, this is a great thing. I mean, I can never even think that you have not gone to the college, where I believe that, without certification, I cannot move an inch. I cannot do any job if I don't have a
No, it's
certificate.
a misconception, and I'm live example, 6 feet 1 inch tall
Wonderful.
example,
Wonderful. So it
live
is
and
great
kicking.
inspiration for so many of the viewers who's listening this.
See, it's all. I mean, there's nothing special in me. I'm as simple as you are. The only thing
So
which
that
I'm
is your humility. I think you're very humble, and the proof of that is that you're sitting here and giving me an interview wherein you were on your pilgrimage spree. I mean, you were traveling, and you have taken out time to be here. I think you're a wonderful person, sir.
No, thank you very much for the kind words. But I think my sitting here actually is not only helping you, it's also helping me to share my message across to the viewers and to the larger community, what I couldn't have done without your support. Because if anyone who is watching us on screen can get any benefit out of this communication, that would make my trip worthwhile, right? So imagine if I was just going back without meeting you and not giving this interview and not recording right now. We could have recorded any time later on, but if I don't record right now, I think the real sentiments will not come. Each time it will be different. Maybe my mindset will be different when we meet next time.
Yes.
So coming back to the subject,
Yeah.
there is nothing great in me. What is only thing which is different in me is to understand the need of upgrading yourself with the moving technology, with the moving time. I realize that fact very well, and I implement in my life. I keep learning all the time. While I'm talking to you, I'm learning a lot of things from you. I'm actually learning a lot of things from you.
That's so
Trust me, it's not
generous.
that I'm praising you. I'm actually learning because each day, each moment is a new learning. And if you're open to learn, you learn all the time. And then you implement in your day to day life. You don't have to do any certification. I don't need to earn a certification from you that I appeared in this podcast. I'm not here for that. I'm not here to, make my biodata richer. But I think talking communication helps you to evolve as a good human being, and talking to good people always helps you, which indirectly says that I'm a good person.
Yes, sir, no doubt about it. And moreover, sir, when you talk about networking, there's a very good thing which you have told me about networking.
I'll share it with your audience as well because
Yes,
this will help
please.
you. You know, networking, which it's a magical word which everybody talks about. Networking is important, how you can grow networking. The golden rule of networking, which I follow, is I do networking with everyone and anyone, thinking one thing in my mind, which is different. Now, why people do networking? To get benefit from the people as to how they can get benefit. ये आदमी मेरे किस काम का है, ये महिला मेरे किस काम की है, उससे मुझे क्या फ़ायदा मिल सकता है. That thought process is reverse in my mind. I always think how and where I can be helped to this individual, this person, this lady, that lady. I always think how I could be helped to the community at large. And that is a very good example of networking. And that is precisely the reason I'm so popular all across. I have networking in each and every domain, each and every city of the world that you can think of. You name a country, I'll tell you, yes, I have a friend over there. And I'm sure, God willing, if there is any work and if I need to depend on that friend, he or she will be there to support me at any point of time. Let me give you an example of this particular trip. You kept thanking me all the time to be here, to appear on your interview. That's also part of the networking because I feel that if I help you at this hour, despite of me being so tired and sitting here giving my interview, you will remember all your life that despite of
Always.
all the things, he came to actually be with me for a couple of hours and record my interview in my city rather than asking you to travel to Delhi and then record it. That's also part of the networking, because tomorrow, if there is any work, if I tell you, you will not have a courage to say no to me.
Never, sir.
That's where you prove my theory right. So
You
I hope
are.
this helps people to understand the power of networking. Always do networking thinking how you could be helped to others. Never think reverse, that how he or she could be helped to you. That's the golden rule.
So that's a very, very basic human,
Nature.
instinct. Yeah, basic human instinct and nature, that we should always think about helping others. But with time, we rarely find people like that. And it is a very sad state of our, that is why we are scared of AI, because we are not understanding the power we have within us, the
True.
power of emotional intelligence, the power of communicating with people heart to heart, connecting the vibes and the frequency. So that power, when we are not understanding, we are scared of AI, that AI will overtake us, and AI is a threat
Yeah, I'll give you
against.
another example. I mean, I have a habit of involving myself into a couple of things. I wear too many hats at the same time. There's another hat which I'm wearing, which is working with a very, very big UK-based company in a startup, and I'm very important part of that startup, wherein we were actually understanding the challenges of that 20-year-old legacy company, what they're facing. And with AI, we actually came up with a reasoning, and we resolved that 20-year-old problem in 1 week
Oh,
straight away by implementing certain tools from AI, getting certain APIs in place, getting the structure in place. And now we don't have to manually spend that much of time on what actually there were two people involved. Now you will say that means you have eaten up two people's job. My answer is no. I actually made sure that I trained those two people to the new technology so that they only take care of that work. And I'm sure the same practice will be there all over. A company will never throw people if you are learned to implement that, because AI चलाने के लिए भी तो कोई चाहिए ना.
एग्जैक्टली, जैसे कंप्यूटर चलाने के लिए चाहिए था, तो
एग्जैक्टली ये एआई का ना हवा ज्यादा है, मतलब लेट्स बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट अबाउट इट. आप टीचर हैं, मैं आप मेरा इंटरव्यू ले रही हैं, मैं आपसे सिर्फ एक सवाल, उल्टा सवाल आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ. मुझे बताइए प्रॉम्प्ट इंजीनियरिंग क्या होता है.
सो मैं प्रॉम्प्ट से ही चेक कर लेती हूँ.
नाउ प्रॉम्प्ट इंजीनियरिंग इज अ वेरी सिंपल थिंग. मैं आपको साधारण भाषा में समझाता हूँ और सब
जी.
व्यूअर्स को भी.
जी.
प्रॉम्प्ट इंजीनियरिंग एक ऐसी चीज है जैसे अब आपको कुछ चाहिए, forget about the coding, forget about the software and hardware.
हाँ, I'll just write a statement or something. For example, I want a script. So I'll just write कि भाई मुझे ये चाहिए, ये चाहिए, and in a simple language, whatever I know about what I want.
Good, now you're on track. So मैं उसी एग्जाम्पल को व्यूअर्स के लिए समझाता हूँ कि आपको बिरयानी बनानी है, साधारण सी बिरयानी. अब आप लिखेंगे मुझे बिरयानी बनानी है, शो मी द रेसिपी, एंटर. तो चैट जीपीटी आपको सफ़ेद चावल परोस के दे देगा. बट उसी प्रॉम्प्ट में अगर आप लिखेंगे मुझे बिरयानी चाहिए जिसमें दम लगाओ, धनिया हो, खुशबू हो, मसाले हो, वेजिटेरियन हो तो सब्जी हो, नॉन वेजिटेरियन है तो अच्छे अच्छे चीज़ें हों उसमें जो उसमें जाती हैं, और उसकी सुगंध बहुत अच्छी हो और उसमें गार्निश लगाओ और फिर एंटर दबाएं, तो आपको एक्चुअली में ऐसी खुशबूदार बिरयानी निकल के मिलेगी कि आप सोच नहीं सकते हैं. सो इट्स ऑल अबाउट प्रॉम्प्टिंग to write directives to get the right result in your hand.
Yes.
अब आपने एग्जांपल दिया मुझे स्क्रिप्ट चाहिए, तो आप ये बोलेंगे अमिताभ श्रीवास्तव आ रहे हैं, हमारे गेस्ट हैं, मैं इनका इंटरव्यू ले रही हूँ, शो मी 10 क्वेश्चंस दैट आई कैन पोस्ट टू हिम. बड़े वेग से निकलेंगे.
Exactly.
बट अगर आप मेरा सीवी डालती हैं, अंडरस्टैंड साइकी ऑफ दिस पर्सन, देयर इज अ सोशल मीडिया लिंक, देयर इज अ लिंक्डइन लिंक, देयर इज दिस, देयर इज दैट, हियर इज अ पीडीएफ ऑन हिम. Give me 10 questions on personal life, give me 10 questions on professional life, then give me 10 questions on social life. तो आपको 10 10 10 30 आंसर मिलेंगे, और उन 30 को अगले प्रॉम्प्ट में चेन में आप जाइए कि अब इन सबको समाहित करके मुझे सिर्फ 10 सवाल दीजिए जिसमें प्रोफेशनल, सोशल और प्रोफेशनल, पर्सनल, सोशल तीनों का समन्वय हो, और वो 10 सवाल आपके पास आ जाएंगे। चूंकि एआई मेरे सोशल मीडिया को खंगाल चुका होगा, तब तक मेरे सोशल मीडिया के अलावा मेरी पर्सनल लाइफ, मेरे पीडीएफ, हर चीज को देख चुका होगा, तो वो जो आंसर देगा वो ज्यादा अच्छा आएगा। आपके सामने जो पर्चा 3 पेज का रखा है, अगर आपने ऐसे किया होता वो सिर्फ 1 पेज का नहीं, आधे पेज का होता, उसमें सिर्फ 10 सवाल लिखे होते।
सर, तो क्या AI is a threat since it is our
It's an
information
opportunity.
is available everywhere and
No,
we
it's
can-
an opportunity. It's an opportunity, and it's better for you to understand that opportunity, take advantage. That's my one line answer.
Yes.
मैं ज़्यादा ज्ञान में जाऊंगा ही नहीं, मैं ज़्यादा टेक्निकल रहूंगा ही नहीं। आप खाली बेसिक समझ जाइए कि एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है, उसको आपका फ़ायदा उठाना है, आपको उसका फ़ायदा उठाना है। तो आपके अपने माइंड पे निर्भर करता है आप उसका कैसे फ़ायदा उठा सकते हैं।
And how creative? So we become creative while writing the prompts.
You automatically get creative with the time.
Yeah, not finding the answers.
I'll give you
but
my
writing.
example. Again, I'll give you my example कि मुझे कुछ मेल लिखना है। मैं एआई से नहीं पूछूंगा, मैं पहले खुद लिखूंगा। फिर मैं ऑब्वियसली मैं इतना अच्छा नहीं लिख पाऊंगा, क्योंकि मेरी बुद्धि या मेरी वोकैबुलरी में जो भावनाएं या जो शब्द है वही इस्तेमाल होंगे जब मैं टाइप करूंगा। मैं चाहता हूँ उसमें एक इमोशनल एंगल भी हो, उसमें एक परसुएरेंस भी हो, और उसमें इफेक्टिवनेस भी हो। ये तीनों वर्ड मैं एआई में लिखूंगा। मेरा कथन जो मैंने टाइप किया वो लिखूंगा, फिर उसे कहूँगा कि एक प्रोफेशनल इमोशनल टच में एम्पैथी के साथ उसको प्रस्तुत करे, एंटर। तो जो रिजल्ट आएगा वो कुछ और ही होगा, जो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगेगा। फिर उसको मैं ह्यूमनाइज करूंगा, क्योंकि वही चीज अगर मैं चिपका दूंगा तो मक्खी मारना तो गलत है ना, तो नकल भी अकल से करनी चाहिए ना। फिर उसको आप दोबारा ह्यूमनाइज कीजिए कि आप उसको पढ़िए कि हाँ ये तो अच्छा है, ये तो अच्छा है, हाँ नहीं इसको थोड़ा ऐसा कर देते हैं, क्योंकि अगर मैं बोल रहा हूँ तो शायद ये टोन मैं ना इस्तेमाल करता, मुझे अपनी भाषा में उसको लिखना है, थोड़ा सा ट्वीक करके फिर उसको मैं भेजूंगा। सो मैं अपना ही एग्जाम्पल आपको दे रहा हूँ कि मैं कैसे करता हूँ। और ऐसे ही अगर आप खुद सीखेंगे तो धीरे धीरे करते हैं आपकी आदत ऐसी हो जाएगी कि आपको उसकी जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी। ओवर द टाइम यू बिकम एक्सपर्ट ऑन योर ओन सेल्फ।
क्या ऐसा कभी टाइम आएगा सर कि हमें उसकी ज़रूरत ही ना पड़े और हमने उससे इतना सीख जाए हम, या हम बिल्कुल डिपेंडेंट हो जाएंगे कि कल को अगर एआई नहीं रहा तो हम एक वर्ड भी ना लिख पाए?
वो आपके अपने ऊपर है ना कि आप उसको कितना डिपेंडेंट आप अपने आप को बनाना चाह रहे हैं उसके ऊपर। आज एआई नहीं है तो हम उस पर ये थोड़ी ना कि उस पर इतना डिपेंड करेंगे। कल तक तो एआई नहीं था ना, हमारा काम चल रहा था ना,
बिल्कुल
आगे भी चलेगा। बट अगर आप उस पर निर्भर हो जाएंगे कि नहीं मैं तो एआई के बिना काम ही नहीं करूंगा, तो फिर तो आप क्या हैं आप जानते हैं।
सर जैसे पहले का टाइम था ना, पहले बड़े बड़े एसेज होते थे, एक टॉपिक दिया जाता था और हम लोग बड़े बड़े एसेज 2-3 पैराग्राफ्स के करते थे, फिर एक पैराग्राफ हो गया, और अब तो बिल्कुल सरफेस लेवल पे आ गया। मतलब डेप्थ तो किसी टॉपिक पे है नहीं, सिर्फ सरफेस लेवल। जैसे आपने बताया कि 15 सेकेंड्स की रील्स हैं जो वो पैटर्न बन गया, एंगेजमेंट पैटर्न।
जी जी।
तो वेयर इज़ द डेप्थ सर? हमें सिर्फ सरफेस लेवल नॉलेज हो रही है उस चीज़ से, या मतलब हम कुछ डीप भी जा रहे हैं?
देखिए, आई थिंक इन सबका आंसर एक है, रिसर्च। ना जरूरी नहीं है कि एक नर्सरी का बच्चा या प्राइमरी का बच्चा रिसर्च नहीं कर सकता है। चूंकि आप टीचर हैं और आप बच्चों को ही पढ़ाती हैं, तो मैं उसी भाषा में बात करता हूँ कि बच्चों में वो चीज़ सबसे ज़्यादा देखी जा रही है, और बच्चे भविष्य हैं। अगर हम उनको ट्रेनिंग ऐसी देंगे तो जो उनकी पैदावार आगे जवान होकर निकलेगी वो फिर बड़े सरफेस लेवल वाली होगी ना। तो ये आपके ऊपर निर्भर करता है जो शिक्षक गण हैं कि वो ऐसी वैल्यूज इनकलकेट करें उनमें कि वो रिसर्च के प्रति बहुत ज़्यादा सावधान रहें, और वो अपनी चीज़ों में उन चीज़ों को शामिल करें ताकि जो उनकी आदतें शुमार होंगी आने वाले समय पे उनमें वो चीज़ें अंदर हों उनके, तभी वो आगे जाके एक अच्छे युवक बनेंगे या युवा बनेंगे। बिकॉज वो तो भविष्य है ना
जी।
आप तो भविष्य बना रही हैं, और इंडिया की 62% पॉपुलेशन यंग है
जी
वर्ल्ड में।
सर, बट इज इट ओनली द जॉब ऑफ अ टीचर?
नो, इट्स अ जॉब ऑफ द सोसाइटी इन जनरल एट लार्ज। बट शुरुआत तो कहीं से होगी ना। अब आप टीचर हाथ खड़े कर देंगे, नहीं मेरा काम तो नहीं है, ये तो घर पे सीखना है, और घर वाले कहेंगे नहीं तो टीचर का काम है। तो ये तो एक कंबाइंड एफर्ट है, और किसी न किसी को कहीं ना कहीं तो शुरुआत करनी पड़ेगी ना।
और किसी ना किसी को वो एक्स्ट्रा 10% भी, मतलब 50-50 भी नहीं, सो 60-40 तो करना ही पड़ेगा।
मैं कह रहा हूँ आप परसेंटेज का गेम छोड़ दीजिए, आप अपना काम कीजिए, दूसरा अपना काम कर लेगा। वो नहीं करेगा तो एटलीस्ट जो 10% या 5% या 2% है वो तो जा रहा है ना उस व्यक्ति के दिमाग में, कुछ तो सीखेगा ना वो, क्योंकि वो इस समय उस स्टेज में है जहाँ उसकी मोल्डिंग हो रही है। और वो मोल्डिंग के टाइम पे ही अगर हम नहीं सिखाएंगे और हम ब्लेम गेम करेंगे कि नहीं हाँ ये वो सिखाएंगे ये मैं सिखाऊंगी, ये वो सिखाएंगे, ये उनका काम है, ये
नहीं नहीं
उनका।
सर, आई थिंक अपना काम हमें करना चाहिए.
आप
And,
अपने काम को ये काम सोच के मत कीजिए कि आपका अपना काम, आप ये सोच के कीजिए कि आप भविष्य बना रही हैं.
जी.
ये टीचर्स कम्युनिटी के लिए मेरा
Message.
सजेशन है. मैसेज ही नहीं, सजेशन कहूंगा, वो तो आपके ऊपर है, आप उसे मानती है नहीं
नहीं
मानती.
सर, टीचर्स तो आई थिंक स्टिल टीचर्स, टीचिंग इज सच अ नोबल जॉब दैट एवरी टीचर वांट्स देयर चिल्ड्रन टू एक्सेल इन वट एवर दे. 1 साल के लिए होते हैं वो हमारे पास, पर हमें लगता है कि इस 1 साल में ही हम उनको सब
सिखा दें कुछ.
ऐसे सिखा दें कि थोड़ा बहुत वो हमें याद रखें और वो वैल्यू याद रखें जो उनको सिखाई गई है. स्टोरी टेलिंग, जैसे हम लोग बात भी कर रहे थे सर कि हाउ इम्पॉर्टेंट स्टोरी टेलिंग इज़ in today's time.
You know, storytelling is an art which gets perfected with the time.
Yes.
You cannot learn. There's no course on earth which will tell you the storytelling.
Okay. So what these courses which the universities are offering?
So they don't offer storytelling. They offer some professional courses where storytelling is part of it. Storytelling is something which should be part of your personality. Storytelling is something which should be part of your characteristics. And that comes with the individual own self goal to adopt in their own life. If they feel that they need to be good storyteller, being a storyteller is always helpful. It is never गोलीबाज मत बनिए. स्टोरी टेलर में वो भी पक्ष होता है कि आप गोलीबाज बन गए, आप ऐसे कथन बोल रहे हैं जिनका कोई अस्तित्व ही नहीं है, मतलब ही नहीं है. आप सच बोलिए और ऐसी चीजें बोलिए जिससे आप रिजोनेट कर सकें, जिससे लोग समझ सकें.
Probably
क्या
your own personal experiences when you weave around.
मैं हर चीज में अपना ही एग्जाम्पल क्यों दे रहा हूँ, क्योंकि मैं आपको उस लेवल पे लाना चाह रहा हूँ कि आपके लेवल पे रह के मैं आपको कैसे दिखाऊं कि मैं आप ही के जैसा हूँ. ये स्टोरी टेलिंग का एक एस्पेक्ट. नॉट दैट आई एम ए गुड स्टोरी, आई एम स्टिल लर्निंग. You know, many people say that you've arrived in life, you've done this, you've done that. और मेरा कहना है मैं अभी भी स्ट्रगलर हूँ, मैं अभी भी सीख रहा हूँ. Because the day I realize I have arrived, na, that will be end of me. And that is what I want everyone to understand. There is never ever a day that you can claim that you've arrived in your life.
So what is it, sir? What do you want to achieve?
You know, you asked me, or rather you made a comment to me that you've arrived in life, you've done this, you've done that. And I think in my life, I still consider myself as a struggler. I still feel that I'm learning. And I think it's a very good thing that I think like that, because that evolves me as a good human. Because the day you feel that you've arrived in your life, that day you actually get finished. You're over, you're done. Learning is the most important thing. And learning, again, I say, doesn't mean that you earn certification. Learning is talking, communicating, exchanging views. So learning always helps. Never ever feel that you know all. You don't know anything. You don't know maybe 1% of it. There is a remaining 99% to be learned. Understand, explore that 99%. And that is going to make you a good human being.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you so much, sir. It was a great insight, and for our viewers, and I'm sure that it's a great learning experience for everyone. For me especially, sir, I would say that it was a great learning experience talking to you. Thank you so much.
I think my trip is made. I said only if one person can get benefit out of my gyan that I'm sharing. You volunteered and you said you're already.
I'm definitely that
So-
1%, and I'm sure many people will be.
That's my
benefiting
idea.
from
That
this.
if any of my talks, any of my point or a statement is helping anyone,
I'm sure most of the things will be resonated well with the audience. Really feel that.
that's the whole idea. And thank you very much to invite me to your studios. It's a wonderful being here, talking to you from heart.
Completely my
You know,
honor, sir.
the best part is that I never prepared myself. Whatever I spoke to you, it was from my heart. I never used my mind today. So that's the
And
one.
that is how you will connect, sir. And that is how we connected.
I guess. I mean, keep your mind aside. Mind always give you. There's a good mind and there's a devil mind. So at times, devil mind act more. So better is to use your heart, which is pure. And when you talk from your heart, people listen.
Yes.
Remember that. You know, there may be certain things which I've talked about which may bounce in some people's mind. But यार जब मेरे जैसा आदमी जो कॉलेज नहीं गया, बीबीसी का कंट्री हेड 30 साल की कम उम्र में बन गया था, पूरे साउथ एशिया को कंट्रोल
What
करता
an
था.
inspiring
बाय द वे मैं
story.
होटल में था तो मैं एक्चुअली में वेटर था. आई यूज्ड टू वॉश
My
यूटेंसिल्स.
God.
तो एक वेटर से एक कंट्री मैनेजर अगर मैं 4 साल में बन सकता हूँ विद नो डिग्री, विद नो MBA, दैट टू आई एम टॉकिंग व्हाट 30 years बैक. ये 30
And
साल.
you haven't changed a bit from there, sir.
No,
You are
everybody, that's a big compliment I get from people that I haven't changed, and I refuse to change.
still so humble. You're still so
It's
down
not
to earth.
humble. I think I'm more grounded.
Yeah, very down
My
to
head
earth.
my head knows where my shoulders are. It never went up, and that's where
So these are the values which you have been.
I think my parents gave me one, and then my teachers and my bosses and whoever I worked with,
Great.
and my friends
Great.
who are always there to support me.
I'm in awe of your journey, sir.
Thank you very
Really.
much. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, sir.
Thank you. Let's hope to connect again soon, and
For sure.
it would be pleasure to be help to anyone. In case if you wish to get in touch with me or with Neha, please do write, leave your comments so that we know what you resonated. Like and subscribe this channel. Spread more and more so that more and more people can watch us. But one favor which I can ask, since I do comment so that people who are involved in the team knows and they feel encouraged. I think thank you very much for watching till end if you're watching this segment, and it's a pleasure to be with you all as well. Thank you very much, and thank you very much, Neha.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Thank you. As we conclude today's conversation, one thing becomes clear: change is inevitable, evolution is optional, media changed, technology changed, AI is changing industries, but growth belongs to those who adapt, learn, and lead with clarity. For every professional, educator, and L&D leader watching today, the future is not something to fear, it is something to prepare for. And to everyone watching Podcast Vibe with Neha, if this episode added value, share it with someone who believes in lifelong learning. Because here, we don't just discuss change, we grow through it. Thank you.